Good evening. I'm Joe Netherworld, and I'm here with your daily tarot card reading for Friday, March 21st, 2014. And for some reason, I'll look this up later, I keep on referencing back to November in my mind. I don't know what that is, but I can't seem to get those. I was about to say November 21st. I'm like, and it's not, it's March. We're going to do this is our first full day of spring. If 50 degrees and snow on the ground is spring, but it's moving forward. And as you can see here, I'm changing and trying different lighting every day, trying to get this to have a look I like. So let me know what you think. But I'm gonna pick today's cards, get right into it. It's a Friday, and I feel a lot is changing and begun to change, and you can almost feel how quick things are beginning to move. Get ready for the quickness. That's tonight's theme. Things are moving faster than you know behind the scenes. So let's start with this card right here. It jumps out. If a card jumps, I read it. It's the Two of Rods. Two of Rods is about balancing your world and your work world. It's about achieving balance. And today would be a great day to put that into effect as we're getting ready for a weekend. It's always time to take a few minutes, sit back and realize, okay, I have my world, I have my work, I have to keep balance. And it also, with the Two of Rods, it represents having two works, having a backup plan, having extra money coming in, hobbies that generate capital, hobbies that also generate pleasure. And that's always important, because without pleasure in the work world, too, we tend to begin to hate our work. So let's see what our second card, our qualifier up. The Ace of Swords, singularity, cutting through bullshit, getting to the heart of the matter, the sole source of what's important, but also beyond that, getting, what would be best to describe it, getting rid of the things and people that get in your way. It's about, sometimes it's also about breaking up and causing a split. It's separated by two roses, but it can mean the force of someone getting involved where they shouldn't be involved. And let's see with this card. And this is our third card. Sometimes I just arbitrarily pull cards out of the deck. Sometimes they speak to me. This is this is a childish nostalgia about money. So what we've got here today, very simple. Today is about prepping for a money plan, getting those things organized, and saturate yourself with the idea that yes, there's balance, and you have to have a life, and you have to have work, and you can't let one outweigh the other. You have to be smart about work and live your life as your life takes you. You can't make too many plans about your personal life, but you can make a lot of plans about your business life. And that's what it's saying here. The thing to be wary of is the Three of Pentacles, which is sort of taking a childish view of money, looking about nostalgia of the days when you didn't need money, and when you kind of walked away from those concerns and you let other people, like your parents or partners, figure out how money will be made, and that's not a good thing. So that's a deceit, almost a lure to pull you back where you shouldn't be. So keep that in mind. It could be something that entices you into going backwards, almost seduces you into the simple life. I want a minimum wage job with and hey, minimum wage job is still a job, but if you don't look to make it better than that and you're comfortable staying there, then that's looking backwards. Starting at a minimum wage job and looking forward means even if it's 10 more cents an hour, it's a forward movement. But that's not enough. we have to really be aggressive this year about finding unique ways to make more money while still maintaining a balance of pleasure, keeping your life, your world, your day-to-day personal life alive while you're pursuing finances. Ace of Swords, which is the grand cutter, and the Ace of Swords, it's the prime sword. It's the number one sword. For lack of it's simpler. It's the number one sword. But what that really means is you have to make really harsh decisions about personal life. This is really today that on the one side, on a personal level, the Ace of Swords is saying if it's time to break up, it's time to end it. Break up, go, cut it, separate. If you're having an affair or running two relationships at once, it's saying today's the day you have to make the decision, one or the other. Because if not, both are gone. And so there you got your money on the one side. So here we have this. It's a very interesting day about balance, right? We have the Two of Rods saying to you, get your work going, have a future, have a plan to make more money and to balance all those things. and then you have, you got that nice, and then you have in one hand you have to keep just one handful, your life in balance in a hand. There's not in this car. There's no room for two lives. Two separate lives running devious and dubious relationships. It's like you only have enough balance for one true life and your work. There's no room for running games. If you are running games, you're going to lose. You're going to lose a lot because you won't be able to maintain your work and you won't be able to maintain these two separate lives. These especially if they're based in falsehood. So keep that in mind. So we've got an interesting weekend coming up. I think this weekend's going to be about doing a lot of planning and thinking and getting yourself personally organized. This is a real personal weekend coming up, and I think it's going to start with Friday by making choices and then dealing with the repercussions of those choices you might have to make. It might be a whole weekend long where you're fixing up the mess you made a year ago. Keep that in mind and really focus. Which really calling my attention to this read here is about really getting a battle plan about your finances together. And even broke today does not mean broke tomorrow. So keep that in mind and you get a battle plan. And if things haven't been working, maybe you're doing the wrong things. It's time for a drastic reversal of fortune, an upheaval, if you will, of what's been going on, and make if it's not been working, then it's time to say, okay, admit defeat and walk away. Sometimes the worst thing you can be is Don Quixote and always tilting at those windmills and attempting to always try and fix something. Sometimes broke is broke, and let it go. Same thing with these relationship issues. If you're juggling two partners or a ex-wife, ex-husband, and a future, you got to let it go. You can't maintain, even on a vicious level, a relationship with someone from your past, still spiting them or concerned about them. You have to kind of, on a very Zen level, as I like to refer to as Zen misanthropy, it's like rise above. You can have all these things that, you don't like and things that you have problems with. Rise above all of that. That'll be featured in a book I'm writing. I just started it. It's all about the importance of being evil. And the title is deceiving, but it's going to be a fun book, and I'll be actually releasing chapters of it soon and online, and I will be doing like a spoken word version of it, probably video, like I'll sit here and present chapters to you at a time. So that's going to be fun. That's starting. Really won't be probably till after my birthday in the end of April where I start presenting it to you people, my viewers, my loyal viewers, my fans, my minion, my witches. Anyway, I digress. But I'm going to leave you with that. So make your plans this weekend to be balance, repair, and ending. Because there's a great future, and there's going to be a very busy future, a very financially uplifted future, if you get through this thing and kind of reinvent yourself. So leave the world Friday, enter the world again on Monday with a different attitude about things. And it's okay to admit that some things haven't worked and let them go. It's like sometimes letting go is the best revenge. Just let it all go. So with that, I'm going to say goodnight. And if you have any questions, of course, write me on here, or directly on my websites, or contact me on Keen.com. You can talk to me there. Always taking appointments and talking to my clientele. I appreciate that. But until then, I'll see you tomorrow night, sometime around midnight. But until then, have a very magical day. I'm Joe Netherworld, and it's been a pleasure.